Yeah, we got him again.
Yep.
Yeah, I do apologize for it's a little crazy with we've got three helicopters up here and we're trying to negotiate with them and move around. But you see a police officer following this vehicle now. Let me just see if I can punch up my map here and tell you this is Northwest 6th Avenue right now and 8th Street, Northwest 8th Street coming around underneath us here. You still have contact with the other helicopters, right, Mark? Okay, all right. And we're watching very, very closely as this driver of this ATV, Northwest 5th Avenue now, going northbound on Northwest 5th Avenue, and being followed by police. Kind of backed away a little bit now, giving him a little bit more latitude. There is a helicopter up that's watching the whole thing, the police helicopter operating down around 300 feet just over the tops of those buildings down there, and that's precarious for him too, but he's been doing a good job of indicating exactly where the vehicle is going. And for those people who are just tuning in right now, as you see him go on the wrong side of the roadway there, the police officer corralling him and getting him to continue now northbound on what's Northwest 7th Avenue. Northwest 7th Avenue here. You see him going around this white building there. There's the driver right there. They described him as a male subject who was wearing all black with a black mask and a black helmet. That originally came out when they were trying to get him to stop in the area of Opelika. The Opelika Police Department just tailed him for a little while. They do not chase there. They don't chase pretty much anywhere. These officers have been given latitude here to run what's called a 2. There's 3 different things they do, 1, 2, and 3. 3 is a police emergency with lights and sirens. 2 is a little bit slower, a little bit more practical way, but they are following now. And what we heard them say is, we'll just follow him until he runs out of gas. If he runs out of gas, he'll be on foot and we'll catch him. So they're going to follow this vehicle. Those are 2 county units that are doing this right now. And if they bring the camera back out here, you see it says 20th Street, so 20th Street and approximately 7th Avenue here going northbound. So we're going to go ahead and continue to work our way northbound. Mike, you want to get over the roadway there, as much as over the roadway as you can to our left. There you go, buddy. Good move. And we're just going to continue to follow this, and we'll give you our narration. You see 23rd Street come into the shot right there, right down the middle of the turn signal lane and also the median lane there on the main drag here. That's Northwest 7th Avenue, as he said. It was all the way up at 135th Street, actually over in the area of Biscayne Gardens and Biscayne Park, 152nd Street, east of I-95 for quite some time. But police officers trying to get this vehicle to stop. Mostly traffic violations so far, but fleeing from the police now with lights and sirens on. That's a little bit stronger of a call there for them, and they are trying to get this vehicle to stop. We're going to toss it back to you for a second.
All right, Ralph, we are keeping a close eye on this rider on this ATV speeding through the streets of South Florida right now, mostly in the area of Miami, the city of Miami. You see this ATV making a left right here. The last address Ralph mentioned was Northwest 23rd Street and 7th Avenue. You can just see how quickly this rider is going. Not what you want to deal with as you're getting to where you're going on this Monday morning. Let me rewind just a little bit. We understand that this all started with a situation in the Opelika area. This ATV rider spotted wearing all black, a black helmet, a black mask, black clothes, riding this ATV going at a very high speed, going onto or into oncoming traffic at one point, swerving in and out of traffic, making it such a dangerous situation for drivers. And he just wouldn't stop. He wouldn't stop for the Opelika police officer that tried to stop him. And then this is what he has been doing ever since. We saw him going, I believe, westbound on the 836, going through the JMH area, and now this seems like it's a residential area. Hopefully there's no one out there on the street walking. This is a very dangerous situation. Last address, once again, it's Northwest 23rd Street and 7th Avenue. Ralph, this is a residential area from what I'm seeing.
All right, you can see that he's still eluding the police there in their vehicles in the area right here of 10th Avenue, right off 10th Avenue, a little bit north of 36th Street, now going back underneath the 112 expressway there. And let's see if he comes out on the other side. There he is, and he looks like he's going to be getting on the feeder road there. He's going eastbound. Let's see. Yeah, he is on a ramp. He's going to end up being getting onto, I believe that's I-95. Let me see. There he is right there. I-95 traveling at a pretty brisk rate of speed, and of course, you know, these ATVs are not licensed and not registered to go on these roadways here. So another click on the violations of the driver here as far as what the traffic laws indicate. So he is now going northbound here on I-95. You got that helicopter out there right there, right? Okay, good deal. And he's coming up on a little slower traffic right at this time. Going to whip around on the breakdown lane there, and this would be roughly, let's see here, I'm looking out my window, 41st Street, coming up on 54th Street would be the next exit here. We'll bring the camera back out. Normal traffic for this hour going northbound and southbound on I-95. You can see he is in the HOV lanes right now at this time going northbound. Bring the camera back out this way and see, looking back and see if there is anybody behind him. And at this time, you've got same two cruisers there following at a safe distance right now. And again, as we said earlier, indications are that the Miami-Dade Police Department helicopter is just going to remain up above until this guy, driver of this vehicle, either gives up, stops, has an accident, or runs out of fuel.
Ralph, these live pictures, thank you for providing this to us. An ATV rider once again driving northbound on the I-95. If you know someone that's on the I-95 northbound, not too far away from the Miami area, the 112 area, this is what they may find while on the road. Let me rewind just a little bit and catch you up with what's going on here. About maybe 10 minutes or so, we got a call about driver, this rider right here, a rider on this ATV seen all in black on this white ATV fleeing police. This seems to have all started in the Opelika area. Police tried stopping him. He did not stop. He kept going. A chopper from up above, a police helicopter, I should say, started to also keep an eye on him, and he just kept on going, everyone. He went through the streets of Miami. We saw him flying through the streets of Miami, going through the JMH area, going on the 836 at one point. We saw him going through a residential area, and we are talking about some very high speeds right here. You're seeing just how quickly he's passing these cars. This is the I-95 northbound lanes on a Monday morning, and he is just passing all these vehicles right here. Then once he passed under the 112, that is when he got onto the northbound lanes of I-95, and that is where he's at right now. Sure, he's passing these vehicles because he's on the express lanes, but still, you can just see how quickly this rider is going. 7 Skyforce is up above. Ralph Rayburn has been watching him closely. At one point, we lost him, then we lost him again, but we are on top of the situation for you. Again, northbound lanes of I-95. If you know anyone driving on the I-95 right now going northbound, this is, at this point, he's past 54th Street, because Ralph told us 54th Street maybe a couple of minutes ago. So maybe by now he's by 103rd. I don't know, Ralph, what do you see?
We're watching right now, and you're pretty close. We're just passing 95th Street now, northbound on I-95. We've got an aviation helicopter from the Miami-Dade Police Department here following this vehicle, has been following it for the better part of about 45 minutes now, coming up on, almost coming up on an hour. They've been up in the area here. They were looking for the vehicle. It was police were trying to follow it from the ground. That most of them were told by supervisors they were not going to be chasing anybody today. At some point, the driver was driving recklessly into oncoming traffic, the wrong lanes of traffic, no use of turn signal, high rates of speed, dangerous situation, and they were given permission to go ahead and follow, and that's what they've been doing. They've kind of just been tagging along here into that downtown area, as you said before, but we have now moved up here farther north. We just passed 125th Street here, and in the HOV lanes, as we said earlier, bring the camera out and show you again those two cruisers there following. They have notified the Florida Highway Patrol, we understand at this point, because they are on I-95. That's when the troopers, any federally, state-funded road, they get involved there. Through their supervision with the Department of Florida Department of Law Enforcement there. So you've got the guy on the ATV driving recklessly to start with, refusing to stop when police lit him up and tried to get him to stop, and now they're following the vehicle, and they have been for, as we said, coming up on close to 45 minutes now. When this originally started. And again, it's a hazard to everybody out there because driving recklessly anywhere, but especially on a big road like this, on the highway like this, can cause serious consequences. And we have not done this yet, but we will advise our viewers at home that this is live, unedited, raw, coming to you straight live. We have no control over what you're going to see here, so you have to kind of govern your viewing or viewership accordingly. Again, as these Miami-Dade police cruisers keep in close contact here with the man on the ATV.
All right, Ralph Rayburn, thank you for that. And again, we are showing you these live pictures, and as Ralph just mentioned, this is live, so we are showing you everything as it's happening. And as Ralph has mentioned, at this point, police and we are just waiting to see when he stops. Either he stops, he gives up, or he runs out of gas. But that is what's going on right now on the northbound lanes of I-95. FHP now involved, since it is a federal highway, and FHP is typically the agency that takes care of the situations here on I-95. Live pictures once again, everyone, if you are just joining us, live pictures from the Northwest Miami-Dade at this point. We started off in the city of Miami in the Opa-locka area where we saw this driver, this rider, I should say, of this ATV driving recklessly and not stopping, refusing to stop as police in Opa-locka were trying to pull him over. And that is when this pursuit started. He went through the city of Miami streets, riding very quickly, swerving through traffic, going in and out of traffic, going towards traffic at some point. We saw him through a residential area. We saw him at the JMH compound at one point. And there he is on the northbound lanes of I-95 as he's trying to continue to make his way away from police. If you're just joining us now, this is Alex DeArmas alongside Ethan Calloway. Ethan, this is not what you want to deal with on a Monday morning wherever you're going at this time.
No, Alex, and we were just talking amongst ourselves here in the studio about how unusual this is for obvious reasons. We're looking at an ATV on a major roadway, a major highway in South Florida, right here as we approach the midday lunch rush. And he seems to be having no issues on the road thus far, which of course is great news. But as you mentioned earlier, and as Ralph mentioned, we do know he is being followed by law enforcement right now, and they're basically just going to see this through to its completion, that completion being when he runs out of gas, which we were wondering here amongst ourselves, when is that going to be?
How long does that last?
How long does that take? So we're going to find out here live on 7 News. Ralph is overhead following along for us. Ralph?
Yeah, you can see right now there are 3 police cruisers behind it. This is the flyover here going by the Jackson North Health Center, the complex there. You see the ATV rider. What they've done now, seconds, because they are broadcast apparently, they're asking those units to back off. He wants them several blocks away from behind there, and just to kind of keep tabs on him, but not to present any kind of an issue or confrontational issue at this point. They're just going to follow it. We can tell you that we've watched a couple times here as the driver of the ATV continues to check his gauges and check the fuel input area there where there's a cap there. And I don't know whether he was taking the cap off looking to see how much fuel he had left, or if he's making sure his gauge is accurate, but could be coming up to a point here, critical point where he runs out of fuel. But again, right now on I-95, the HOV flyover of the Golden Glaze interchange, he's now coming up. His next intersection will be Miami Gardens Drive there, as you see those green signs come into the picture as he merges back on from the HOV lanes. So he's in the HOV lanes. He's traveling up. I don't have the speedometer up at this point. Let me see if I can pull it up here for you. Hold on one second. I'm going to do it this way. Press my button there. There's my button. And I'm going to go, here we go, destination 9, source 7. You should now have a speedometer coming into the upper right-hand corner of the screen. It'll calibrate there. It shows 62 miles an hour right now, but he's going actually a little bit faster than that at this point. It'll once the computer kicks in there, it'll let you know exactly how fast he is traveling. Being followed by, at this point, by 3 Miami-Dade police cruisers at a safe distance, and a police helicopter up ahead of about 400 feet above them. They have just now notified or asked dispatchers to notify Broward Sheriff's Office, because we are going to be shortly crossing over at around 215th Street there and the I. That'll be from Dade into Broward, and first of all it'll be Hallandale, so they're into the Hallandale area, and they will be notifying authorities there of exactly what's transpiring down below here. So as we get more information, we'll get it back to you. Temporarily, we're going to throw it back to you.
All right, Ralph, and again, as we stay with these live pictures from 7 Sky Force, watching along with you and everyone else, again, that ATV rider still going very high speeds, passing most of traffic from what we've been seeing. They're in the far left lane, the express lanes, and appearing to have no issues so far. As we mentioned earlier, that's of course very good news, but this has gone on for some time, and Ralph mentioning also that police are backing off a bit, which we assume is for safety reasons, to keep everyone in this area safe. We do also want to let you know, once again, for a locator, Ralph mentioned just about a minute ago, this was approaching Miami Gardens Drive, and now Miami-Dade Police also getting BSO, Broward Sheriff's Office, involved in this as well. So we're waiting once again to see when this ATV actually runs out of fuel, Alex.
Exactly, that's what we're waiting for here, and we're talking about several agencies now involved. It started with the Opelika Police Department. That's who started with this entire situation, because it started in Opelika. And then, as Ralph mentioned a short time ago, we got Miami-Dade police officers behind this rider right now. FHP also involved here, since this rider was on I-95, a state-governed roadway, of course. And then BSO is getting the heads up too, Ethan, because he is heading up north. I mean, we're talking about a ride that started in Opelika, went through the busy Miami area on a Monday morning, through JMH, where you know so many people work and are walking through the streets. We saw him going through a residential area, which is so dangerous, making his way under the 112, then finally onto I-95, and that is where he's been for a few minutes now, as he is going still pretty quickly.
And the good news here is it does appear that there are not many cars around him right now on the road. That's what we want to see in a situation like this. We do know once again that law enforcement is tailing him, trying to just follow along and see this to its end when he does decide to either stop or has to stop because he runs out of gas.
That's right.
Yeah, we're back with you guys. We just wanted to let you know, again, we monitor police radios and scanners here, and a lot of it's chatter. A lot of it actually you can confirm it because you hear it and then you see it. What's happened now is that the county, the supervisors for Dade County, have indicated that they're going to stop everybody from following anymore when they cross county line. Well, that happened about 25 seconds ago, and there is nobody currently behind. Now, the aviation unit requested that they continue following until the Broward Sheriff's helicopter gets involved with this, and right now that's what's happening. So they've reached out to the Broward Sheriff's Office for assistance here, and what you're looking at is what is happening. We are following this vehicle on I-95. We're just passing, this is going to be, we are now officially in Broward County. We just passed the antenna farm there off of 441 on our left-hand side, and looking out our right window here, this is where you see this ATV rider that police were following in the county. Started in Opelika, ended up went all the way down into the city of Miami, down around the Jackson Memorial Complex and the courts area down there. And then westbound, very close to the airport at one point on 36th Street. I got within about a quarter of a mile of the airport, and then he turned around and went back eastbound. So now we're approaching Hollywood now, according to what we're hearing on the radio there. And again, still being followed, still being followed by a police helicopter up above and several media helicopters that are in the area right now. A driver of an ATV on a roadway that he's not supposed to be on here, driving erratically, driving a high rate of speed, disregarding traffic signals and traffic signs. Once or twice we actually saw him on the wrong side of the road in a couple of instances, and he continues to go northbound here on I-95. Back to you.
All right, Ralph, and once again, we are staying with these live pictures, and we want to keep our viewers up to date on the location of this because, of course, that is such an important point here to keep everyone safe. This is now in Broward County, as Ralph just mentioned a few moments ago, 95 northbound, right off of 441, and now entering Hollywood, if I'm not mistaken. Once again, we've got an ATV driver going very fast, high rates of speed in the far left lanes of 95. And you see here cars passing, traffic passing on either side. A very, very dangerous situation you want to avoid if you happen to be in this area. You don't want to be around. We do know, although you can't see it in this live picture right now, police are following closely behind.
Yep, and this started in Opelika at about 10:45 or so, and this rider has been going ever since. 10:45 in Opelika is when and how this all started. When he refused to stop for police then, he just kept on going. He made his way through the streets of Miami, again, at high rates of speed, driving recklessly, erratically, disturbing the drivers, and now he is on I-95 northbound in Broward. And Ethan, Ralph was mentioning that because he went from Miami-Dade County to Broward County, there was a short period, I don't know if it's still the case, but there was a short period that no one was behind him because of the change of counties.
Right. And we
back
do know.
with you again, guys. Our update for you is that's correct. There is nobody behind. We'll bring the camera back out as we have several times here to show you. There's just regular traffic here now on the I. So he is free of traffic of being followed on the ground. But they're now indicating that he is holding down his waistband, indicative of they might be concerned that this person is armed. That's the latest that we're hearing at this time. We have not seen anything firsthand on that. And as he slows here to zip off, you see there's the troopers that we told you would be involved at some point. One of them was coming up from behind there as he has picked up his speed right now, Ralph, and is taking the exit ramp there. Let's see which way he goes when he gets down here.
Road, Ralph?
He's going to go straight through. He's in the right turn lane at this time. We'll see where he ends up going here. Hang on one second. He goes through the intersection. Now he's going to be coming westbound underneath this mark right here. Let's see where he goes. And he's coming right underneath us here. All right. And when you can, you want to go all the way around. That's it. Nice and easy. Through the intersection, you see